you let me walk away, maybe then we'd lose it all. No. Who am I to let you
Yo ho ho, what's going on, Weebos? How you doing? How was the weekend? What's up, Inkosh? Good, man. The dog is good. Dog is eating, pooping, walking about. Guy fucking bit me today. Yeah, true. I can't tell if this song is good or bad. Or it's so bad that it's good. Jesus fucking Christ. God damn it, Weebos. What's up, Jack? Yeah, I can't say I've ever had a toddler bite me. Alright, let's get into it. I hope everybody's doing well. I hope you guys had an awesome weekend. Welcome to Monday, another beautiful day. Before we start off, a couple of disclaimers, excuse me. I'm not a financial advisor. This is not financial advice. I am just a trader trading my own shit. For all of the tools I'll be using on stream, they can be found on the bapigindicator.com website. These guys make the best mathematics-based indicators on TradingView. Go check them out. There's also a referral link in the description of the stream. Also, they make a bunch of free tools that are hugely useful. Go check them out. Can certainly get you away from the TA world. Come also join us in Discord. Come hang out, come ask questions, come, spot your own opportunities and learn something outside of just drawing shapes that you drew in kindergarten. Also, I have a Twitter available. Come follow me there. And let's take a look at the markets. How much time do we have? Got 11 minutes. And this music is a little bit silly. All right, there we go. All right, let's take a look at the world indices before we get into the Bitcoin. How's Australia doing? Not much of a move today. Volatility still picking up, HVZ going lower for the time being, and SSR looks like it's picking up, although the SS itself is moving down. The moving average will obviously have a little bit of lag to it, just because the SSR is extremely quick. Currently, it looks like it's about to start something new, as it's on that bottom of the band zone. Let's keep an eye on this. Mom moving up for what it's worth. Do is printing greens. Excuse me, the XCM is printing greens, and the yeah, that's about all I want to say. No entropy suggesting it's rather random, just off the first expected move there. How is Germany doing? Please load. Germany's getting that bout of volatility now at a 78 read. Doesn't mean it can't go higher. As it's rising, it likely will. At least that would be my expectation here. Also bouncing off that first expected move for the day. Mom's positive, XCM is positive. Looks like all of the big moves will come to the upside as long as that remains. Very similar to the Australian market here. Ooh. Big oof for Russia. Wow. Having a terrible day today. Wow. Entropy going lower. This is the time to be trading, as you're getting a little bit less randomness in the market here, suggesting your tools are working better. So just trust the do more here, as it's keeping you in this short. Volatility is high. I would assume there would be lower volatility in the future. Usually not very nice to make directional bets on when volatility is like this. As you know, you're looking for a rise in volatility for your deltas to make sense. Going on the 1% cone again, let's see if we can get some sort of a bounce here. Again, the 1% doesn't mean that it can't go lower. It's just an arbitrary number, but it means that you have a 98% chance of staying within the outer cone here. That's what it would suggest. Not looking good. Not looking good for Russia. SSR also picking up. Mom's moving lower as the R squared expanding. Wow, big move for Russia. MOEX sharing that similarity with Russia getting all the way to the third expected move, approaching the 1% cone there, as entropy is moving lower and you are also in a high volatility environment. Fuck, maybe I should look at shorting some options in this market. I don't currently have access to Russia. I live here. I don't have a brokerage account here yet, but maybe a good time to start one. UK 100 still picking up on the HVP here, and I think this is something that's shared across many markets, other than, oh, actually Russia shares it on a weekly as well, where we have very low volatility readings on the weekly, suggesting you should either be betting on volatility or at least hedging your portfolio against it. Not good, considering how long this can take. You know, this can be a very volatile 2022 essentially, as you know, 52 weeks out makes a year. Yeah, crazy stuff. We might see some fireworks in 2022 starting, looks like starting now for some markets, like Moscow, for example. Not good. UK, anything we can observe here? Entropy has gone lower, but not too much. I do have the 95 filter set on it, and we can actually look at it as a moving average, I believe. Bar color on, yes. It might be on the other entropy, on the previous version of this, actually. Let's go back to the step line. All right, essentially, with entropy, you want to be trading on it when it's moving lower, not when it's moving higher or when it is high. Take a look, see if we can see anything else. The XCM is printing greens here. Nice so far. Expecting higher volatility in the future still, as that's lining up with the weekly reading as well. What's up, Madden Lift? China, how's China doing? Picking up on volatility as well. Wow. SSR is pretty extreme here, likely some mean reversion in the near future. The ZMA did give you a cross down with the expanding R squared, suggesting we should be paying attention to this cross down as long as that persists. Probably some downside in the short term. We'll have to reassess afterwards. I would want to be betting on higher volatility in China. Hang Seng not looking good. Not looking good. XEM still keeping you in the cost reduction trade or short trade if you're crazy enough for it. Good luck to you. With SSR extremely low, now likely to start moving up. Yes, got the first SS higher there. Likely some downside this week for HSI. Not nice. When you get a second, check the Black Sea. You boys are looking for some action. What is Black Sea? Is this a ticker, a stock, a crypto shit show? What is this? Let's take a look at Japan. Very high volatility. I would want to bet on lower volatility in the future. So far it looks like the big moves are going to come to the downside as long as the XCM is printing reds there. It's where Ukraine and Russia share. Oh my god. God damn it, Inkosh. Okay, I know what the Black Sea is. Yes. Russia rounding the troops for some war games. Okay, I think I've spoken enough on this. I'm not gonna touch that with a 10-foot pole. But if that's your viewpoint on it, then so be it. All right, high volatility for Japan, likely lower in the future, although the weekly is rising. Be careful. The XEM is keeping you in a cost reduction basis so far, suggesting the big moves are going to come to the downside for Japan. A lot of markets are sharing this, looks like, where you're in either rising volatility with some outliers being with very high volatility. The DU and XCM are keeping you in a cost reduction basis for a lot of assets right now. Not good. Nikkei sharing that same thing, although the volatility read is much lower at the 50 line right in the middle. All right, let's get into the US stuff. Rug pull to the upside, very possible here. Very possible, as long as this remains to be the case where XCM is printing greens, SSR is moving up, volatility seems to be expanding. Mom is likely printing greens. I'll let it calculate here for just a second. So far looks good. Can this change at any point in time? Yes, absolutely. Remember, price is random. Where we get a little bit less randomness is in returns. With things like volatility too, we can make reasonable assumptions by observing them properly. So far, this is pretty random market. Volatility is likely to continue expanding. Seems like the big moves are going to come to the upside as R square and Mom are both positive, and the SSR is moving up. Nice. Let's hope this continues. S&P 500 looks like it's going to be an up open. Not much, actually, not much. Looks like it's going to be a bit of a down open. All right, never mind. You did get a cross on the ZMA with the R squared expanding here, suggesting we should be paying attention to that. We do have to wait for it to close to actually make a read on that, as it can change intraday at any point in time, and the SSR is not making it so clear as the Dow Jones was. Yes, very similar, but not as clear. By the way, Dow Jones is approaching the first expected move there. Anything that has changed over the weekend? Not much. We have to wait. We have to observe. So far, as long as the XCM is printing greens here, the Mom is positive. I am looking for up moves that can certainly change, and I believe on weekly, yes, on a weekly basis I'm expecting higher volatility. This is gonna take some time, again, over probably 52 weeks, maybe even more, as that's not like a test number. It's just a rule of thumb I use is usually 120 days when I'm looking on the daily. I don't want to be looking at 120 weeks out. We can certainly have periods of very low volatility for very long. This was 37 weeks before we got higher volatility, but you know, usually get some within the next year. I think that's a reasonable assumption to make. Anything else we can observe here? No, looking not like trend on weekly, as the SSR is moving down, looking like some sort of mean reversion move. Keep an eye on that. All right, let's take a look at the tech stuff. Hey Mousy, welcome. And that is the market open. All right, how did we open today? A little bit of an up open, not much. Nasdaq again, expanding volatility environment. Nice, looking like all the big moves will come to the upside as long as those things persist, and the SSR is not making it easy here as well, although the weekly is suggesting that you're likely to start trends sometime soon, maybe this week, maybe next week, so we'll keep an eye on that. All right, let's get into the shit show that is cryptocurrencies. Something I wanted to take note of on Bitcoin. The XCM is printing reds here. Volatility is decently low. Can it go lower? Yes, absolutely. Can it persist being low for a long period of time? Yes, absolutely. But this is not a good setup. This is suggesting cost reduction on a pretty long-term basis, and the SSR can do something pretty new here. So we'll keep an eye on this as we go forward through these weeks, and the daily seems to be agreeing with the XCM now, or excuse me, not now, but still printing reds, keeping you cost reduction since when was this? Since November 16th. Wow, a while ago. Volatility still rising. This is my still one major bet that I'm making, is higher volatility in Bitcoin in the near future. What else can we observe here? Looking like some mean reversion. And oh, the one thing we can observe here is entropy moving down. This is suggesting to pay attention to your DO and XCM. We've seen periods like this before, where we've had, you know, entropy moving lower. That's kind of the time that your tools will I don't want to say have a little more edge on them. It just, the market is less random, so it makes more sense to trade, and the likelihood of your tools working out is higher. So we see the XCM and the DO working really well here. I mean, there was like one point in time where it did print a red, but never really went below the DO. Similar thing here where you had one instance, you know, and since then it was actually a rising entropy environment. So we do see entropy going lower. We do expect the big moves to come to the downside, not looking too hot as your volatility is expanding here. Wow, we could be in for a pretty crazy week if this stuff persists. You are in unlikely land, but it does not mean you can't go lower. It does not mean that. It's just you know, you are below the 5% cone. You have a what is it, a 90% chance of closing within the cone. You have a 98% chance of closing within the outer cone. Can it go lower? Yes, absolutely, as unlikely things do happen. You can get 6 heads in a row. It's just not likely to happen. Good to hear. I shorted it. Good luck. Personally, I do not short assets. To me, it doesn't make sense. Although somebody in the incubator Discord was posting, somebody in the incubator was posting about how it does make sense to short in order to even out the volatility of your portfolio. I did end up catching that video. Also, I should mention, hey, take a look at Dogman's stream, because he covers the concepts really well, behind the tools, behind trading, going off more math-based stuff, much more than I will do on my stream, as this is just purely, you know, trading. Vlad gets rich stream. His is more like let's learn together. So check out Dogman. I will post a link to that later on in the stream. Moose says, did not know you could trade BVOL. Yes, you can trade BVOL. Personally, now that I've traded it, I fucking hate it. I wish I'd made this trade on options. I think I would have already probably taken half my profit if I traded it on options. So far, I am losing what is it, four or $5 or something like that on BVOL as volatility has been expanding. I measured all sorts of fucking correlation before I went into the trade. It was there were essentially times where HVP is expanding, especially when you start expanding, that the correlation between BVOL and HVP is negative, and so it doesn't track like the initial part, but then it seems to work out towards the later stages of the HVP. It essentially they even phrase it weird in the description. They phrase it that this token attempts to track implied volatility, right? Like, obviously I know this historical volatility, when we're talking about implied volatility, it's different, but the way they try to do it is by essentially buying up a bunch of move contracts and then shorting a bunch of perps, which personally, now that I think about it, I don't really understand how that tracks implied volatility, as implied volatility is on option pricing, right? It's not on how much an asset moves necessarily. So it's just there was an attempt to track implied volatility, but so far I'm losing money as HVP is rising, and I just know that if I were doing options on Deribit, it would have worked out a little bit better, I think. Unk Pow Pow, what's going on, man? Yeah, I was saying I was shorting to reduce volatility of a portfolio, but that's because I had long delta. Yeah, exactly. Who's repeating our words at the ink? I think there was a Tasty Trade video on it. All the best ideas, hey? Nothing new under the sun. I think there was a Tasty Trade video on it that I want to say Dog was looking over. You can check it out in the ink though, I think. Yeah, so somebody, Jack over here, was saying that he is short Bitcoin. I was saying, hey, good luck. Good luck. All right, let's take a look at Ethereum. Ethereum also sharing that entropy moving lower as the XCM is printing reds below the do, and volatility is expanding. This does seem to be some sort of mean reversion here, as per the SSR, but things are not looking too good here. You did not get that 1% trade, I don't think, that you got on Bitcoin. Maybe let's set it over here, 12 bars. Oh, you actually did. You actually did, but the cone was just closer. Yeah, not a good stance for cryptos here. Maybe we can check out the total market cap as well. Let's take a look. Wow, even lower entropy reading for the total market cap. Not nice, as the XCM is printing reds there. Definitely in cost reduction mode so far. Again, if we were to ask the question, how low can it go? There is no limit. It just, some things are less likely to happen than others. Certainly 1.76, or sorry, excuse me, 1.71 trillion is within the range of probabilities. We could even get lower probabilities than that. I post a link all over rando servers in case we got some nice fucking powerful putting in the work. Holy shit. Total not looking too hot. How's total 2 looking? Total 2 is market cap of crypto x BTC. Entropy also moving lower, volatility also picking up. Not nice. Not nice at all. Let's check rates. Let's check rates while we are here. Everybody got all riled up about the 6% inflation figure. I believe it was in the neighborhood of 6%. Bonds do not seem to be reflecting that at all, especially on the long end, as they have actually made a move down here. There are arguments. I don't know who's interested in the finance stuff, but you know, generally speaking, when you're looking at when you're looking at inflation figures, the first thing you should note is that it's very similar to correlation, where it will spit out a figure no matter what. They, in my personal uneducated opinion, they don't seem to measure correctly. As for example, a supply shock can also go into the inflation effect. They also seem to adjust the index all the time to suit their narrative. I don't want to say there isn't such thing as inflation. There obviously is, but these guys, these jokers, can't even measure their fucking money supply. So what the actual figure is anybody's guess. The closest estimation we have of inflation are long-term rates, as these don't get moved by the Fed so much as they get moved by the economic activity of people borrowing and lending. And if these are going lower, that's suggesting actually disinflation or deflation over the long term, not over the short term, but over the long term. And the fact that the 20s and the 30s are currently inverted is suggesting some trouble, although not much. I don't want to be pulling a Peter Schiff and always calling doom, but this is not good. This is not good. All right, I'll leave it there. I'll leave it there. That's my spiel. All right. I just noticed EWPMA doesn't work on total. I don't have the EWPMA up. How can I get the direction better probability with the free tools? Moments add Bollinger Bands to mean pretty good. Yes. Moments very powerful. There are a lot of free indicators that are available from the BA Pig team. They release, in my opinion, way too fucking much for free. Like it's actually nuts. Moments, HVP, there's the Omega ratio is free. There's a bunch of shit that's free that can certainly put the probabilities of you not only winning trades but of actually making money over the long term, if you're willing to learn the concepts, quite higher. So do check them out. All right, what else do we want to look at? Maybe let's take a look at gold. Gold doing nothing burger moves here. Still volatility looks like it's going lower on a longer time frame, as the weekly HVP still declining here. It is at a 40 read, could go either way. I do want to be clear about that, but over the longer term it seems to be declining volatility environment. The XCM is suggesting that the big moves, if they are to come, they're going to come to the downside. Yo, I can type now. Oh yeah, I didn't remove the 10-minute limit. My bad. And remove every indie except for Sam. Yeah, exactly. Exactly. All right, do we want to do currencies? Is there anything you guys want to look at? Actually, the title of the stream is New Probabilities, New Week. So maybe let's take a look at those. And if you guys want to look at anything, don't be afraid to shout it out in chat. Let's take a look at Bitcoin. 40. Let's just go 42 even. And 59 even. Sushi USDT, yeah, we'll definitely take a look at that. Here are your probabilities for Bitcoin over the next 30 days. Certainly not making it easy, as below target probability of 42,000 is at 21%, above target at 59,000 is 23%, so pretty damn even split. Inside of the range, having the highest probability at 55%. This is over the next 30 days for closes. I do think that as long as the XCM remains negative here and volatility remains rising, I think we should be expecting the big moves to come to the downside. Yeah, but for what it's worth, you should know what you're betting on, and these are your probabilities. Let's take a look at the S&P 500 as well. I assume these are probably more skewed to the upside. Let's take a look at, maybe go off the third expected move. 48.56 and 45.87. Yeah, very low chance of downside here, below 45.87 at 11% probability over the next 30 days, 40% of staying within the range, and 48% of going above the range. Actually, the highest probability is given to the above 48.56 over the next 30 days. Crazy. Crazy. So is the idea to use like mean reversion when the returns exceed critical levels? Depends on what you depends on what you mean by mean reversion. I would encourage you to study that concept in depth. A lot of people do seem to think that there is a mean in price, which there certainly is not. Check out Dogman's latest stream on YouTube. Goes over moments in length. Yes, absolutely, 100%. He does cover. He does do a good job covering it in depth. All right, let's take a look at sushi. My God, what is happening? Sushi USDT giving you a nice play off of the 1% cone here. The one thing I would be expecting is higher volatility in the future, as this is now picking up. It is at a 60 read, so there isn't that much. I don't want to say that. We don't know how much juice is left. As it's rising, I would expect for it to continue to rise, essentially. Those plays are better made off of the zero bound. Obviously, you're kind of right in the middle there. SSR suggesting some sort of mean reversion move here on today's candle. Unlikely to be, the returns are unlikely to be self-similar to each other with a lag of 1. Let's see if we get something new starting on this. The XCM, for what it's worth, is printing greens. As long as that persists, I would expect the big moves to come to the downside. I'm just not too hopeful that that this will continue. I'd want to pay attention to the SSR and the mom. Yeah, the one bet I would want to make is on higher HVP, although we've had some period of time now. Looks like Dex coins are dead. A lot of things are bleeding out in the crypto market. A lot of things are bleeding out. Yeah, for what it's worth, you are in an unlikely land on sushi. We can actually take a look at probabilities too. Let's go 40 bars back. Four, 2, 8, 1, and 7. When time analysis. Perfect. He even provided me with the fucking oh, he even provided me with the ticker. All right, I'll take a look at it. All right, here are your probabilities for sushi for the next 30 days. For what it's worth, the above target does have a higher percentage of happening over the next 30 days than the below target probability, with the highs being given to inside the range. Use that how you will. If you can make bets on, no, I shouldn't say that. I'm not a financial advisor. This is not financial advice. These are your probabilities over the next 30 days. If the unlikely things happen, don't come fucking asking me for money, because you're not going to give me a carry anyway. I think volatility will keep picking up. I think that's a reasonable assumption. As long as the XCM is green, mom is green, I would expect the big moves to come to the upside. When the SSR starts doing something new, a trending move, I would want to be paying attention to that. I'll leave it there. All right, let's take a look at powerful time analysis. All right. No, how did we do this? It was won by time, right? Where is it? Yeah, WowX time times AVAX USDT. like that. I don't think we'll get any metrics on this, but we can get a price in dollars on this, at least. Not good. Not good. Below the due XEM printing reds, I don't trust much over here, as it's brand new. Obviously, not much time has passed to gather enough sample data. The SSR is pretty close to the outside of the band. Looks like it started a trending move with this most recent candle, although it doesn't have too much room there. When Vlad Lambo, when I can fucking profit off of this volatility trade. Yo, some volatile, dude. If you're in chat, can you post the Dogman stream link, so that people have it in chat at least. I'll do my best to actually post that in the description of the video after the stream. Did Mousy got hit by Mousy got hit by advertisements? All right, good. Welcome. All right, what else do we want to look at? We want to look at currencies. Oh, time is on TV now. Look at that. Ankosh on top of the time. Trader Joe. Yeah, but it's with spell. Oh, MIM is a stable coin. Okay, gotcha. How stable is your stable coin? I mean, okay. I'm gonna leave this there. I think we've had enough of time. I think we've had enough time. All right. Let's take a look at some currencies. When less than, yeah, exactly. Let's take a look at the DXY. Make sure I invert this back. Lowering, you're in a lowering entropy environment. This is now getting pretty crazy. We've had instances of entropy being much lower than this though, so it could still make moves to the downside. Not so nice. Dixie is definitely in God, those are TA terms. Never mind. As long as the XEM is printing greens above the due, I'm expecting the big moves to come to the downside. Looks like volatility is cooling here. Anything else we want to observe? Yes, R squared is moving up as you're getting across on mom above the due, likely in for the next up. Yeah, seems good. Okay. USD ruble. Also volatility going lower, entropy is now picking back up, suggesting this is going to be much more random over the near future. Not much I want to say about this other than probably lower volatility as it's now cooling off. Let's take a look at weekly. Maybe we can note. Oh, interesting. Okay. Have a good one, Mousy. Thank you for joining. Much appreciated. Volatility extremely low on weekly here. It's not printing zeros quite yet, but a 9 read on a weekly, that's pretty crazy. Likely to start something new here, something pretty intense over the next 52 weeks or so. And let's take a look at maybe USD euro, although that's the Dixie, essentially. Anybody trading dollar pairs in here? Yeah, XEM is positive there. Look for the big moves to come to the upside. Looks like you got that first big chunk of volatility already. Likely to have volatility over a longer period of time as the weekly's now printing zeros. Crazy. Low volatility across a lot of assets. On the longer time frames on the weeklies. Also weekly entropy being lower here on USD euro. Likely higher USD in the near future. Oh, I now have 2 viewers. Shit. All right, I hope the stream didn't cut out too bad. I think I'm going to leave you guys there unless there's something else you want me to look at. Let's check in, see how the market's opened. Yeah, seems to be a down open so far. Nothing too insane. If things get really crazy today for the traditionals, 45.87 is your downside. 48.48 is your expected upside. On Nasdaq, similar open. If things get insane, 15.692 is your downside and 16.997 is your upside expected move. And let's take a look at Bitcoin. Bitcoin currently passed the first expected move here already. The third expected move coming in at 43.262 and to the upside at 57.371. Do join. Oh yeah, let's take a look at VIX. VIX moving up on entropy. Also HVP read is very high on the VIX here, suggesting lower volatility in the future. Let's take a look at it on the weekly. On the weekly, actually, we should be expecting more volatility over the next 52 weeks or so, as it is now rising. Crazy over a long period of time. Probably higher volatility. Volatility of volatility. Yes. Yes, we are now inceptioning ourselves. All right. The XCM is printing greens, although this can change very frequently on the VIX. Is this a low read? No, VIX has been lower in the future. Anything we can notice on SSR? No, not much. All right, let's take a look at. Yeah, I think I'm gonna leave you guys there. Make sure you guys go join Dogman's stream tonight at market close. He will be covering the concepts that I use personally over here, and I actually do go over to his stream as well to learn some stuff I might have missed. It's a really good resource. He does a good job of going over it from a learner's perspective. All of the math-based stuff. Yeah, that we use in order to make sensible decisions, hopefully. So go check them out, go join, and I will see you guys tomorrow. I will be back tomorrow at the market open, and hopefully we will be already making some money on this BVOL trade as it's time. the time has come. Yeah, I hope you guys have an awesome day. Make lots of money, don't get liquidated, use the Kelly, use the math, stop drawing triangles. All the best to you guys. Oh, do you guys want to go rating? You guys want to go rating? We can go rating. Whatever your answer is, whether it's yes or no, I'm gonna go raid. I'm gonna go raid slow. This is not a democracy. What am I thinking? Asking for people's opinion. All right, let's. Yeah, we got our favorite here. All right, mom, dad, if you're watching, look away. Look away.
And I would have to carry this whole family on my shoulders, and I don't feel like carrying stuff. Hey, thanks Anonymous for the 100. Appreciate it. Like kids are kids, right? Calculating. Why? Come on, this is like, I keep on seeing you often, that like my parents here on chat. Hey Volatile, what's up? Good to see you guys again. Grimm's Funeral, thank you for the sub. What's up, Calculating? It's been a while, huh? How was your weekend, guys? We're just talking about, would you rather have an unemployed partner, like wife, or adopt a kid?
Donation.
What is happening? I'm not. Fuck.
Sus Cool donated $130.
Cool.
Redo.
What? Redo? What kind of redo is this? Thank you. What the hell? Seriously. Thank you, Calculating Wealth, for the raid. Third time, like this week, even though it's Monday. Within a week, that's more like it. Thank you, Cool, for the donation. Thank you guys for subs and gifting. And I don't know what's happening because I'm missing stuff. Shay Choi, thanks for the sub as well. Oh wow. Okay, 1 second. And we were talking